Welcome to HASSDISCUSSES. We got Spaceyy in the cut
Hey,
of the Clear Vision Collective. He's got a beautiful thing going on over there. What concert are you about to see?
I'm about to go see like a psychedelic rock show. Some girl invited me to come see like one of her favorite bands.
Why it? How and why is there so many fucking concerts that you go to? Because like you got a real beautiful thing going on, and where the fuck you are? You're of San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, I actually moved to Los Angeles like 3 months ago. So
Oh
that's
yeah, you're like in the yeah. That's beautiful.
it's been pretty fucking sick moving out here. There's stuff going on like every day, pretty much.
And you saw like Jay Green in concert. You saw iDress,
Yeah,
and you videotape all that shit for the channel, pretty much.
yeah. Our Clear Vision Collective channel is like full of vlogs and music videos.
You interviewed Chapo.
Yeah, that was fucking legendary. I pulled up to interview Slug Christ because I DM'd him on Instagram and he was hella chill. And then I randomly saw Chapo backstage, and I DM'd Chapo before the show too on Twitter, and he's like, "It's good. Like if it happens, it happens." So when I saw him, I was just like, "You do you have time?" He's like, "Let's go outside."
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him and what he's done with Space Ghost Perp. Cause I found him through Space Ghost Perp, but I'm aware of he has his own thing going on, and I fuck with him. Like, do you fuck with Space Ghost Perp?
I do like his old shit, like all the stuff he did with Raider Clans. Honestly, legendary as fuck.
Yeah.
And ASAP Rocky, like he has some artists under his belt that he's collaborated with. But there's like all that drama with it's pretty gnarly.
Did you say naughty?
Gnarly.
I was about to say, like, that's the first time I heard someone say like no, like naughty like that in the context of a rapper. I thought you had a sense of humor. I mean, you still sound like you got a sense of humor though.
Yeah. But yeah, Chapo's been fucking killing it. He had his homie Kill Cody at that show too, and it was their first time ever doing that song "She Too Goth" for me.
Yeah, that shit's. Oh man, I love
It
it.
was right before
Oh,
it blew up. Big time.
who have you seen multiple times in concert that you're like you love seeing again and again and again?
One of my favorite bands is Dead Meta. They're dope as fuck. They're like a doom metal psychedelic band. Definitely one of the best guitarists I've seen live. He just fucking kills it with the wah pedal. And then usually they have like psychedelic visuals with the band, so like projectors will be doing some live like liquid light visuals, so it makes it this like immersive experience when you watch them.
Seems like you got a dose of that. Oh, here's this shit that I don't know that nobody really knows what the fuck I'm talking about, and then you also got a dose of that like, oh yeah, it's Chapo. Like in terms of like what you're a fan of.
Facts, because I like started making music in a punk band in high school, so I was like listening to that kind of shit. And then like 2016 was like when I first started going to college, so that was like the SoundCloud rap era. All my friends who were into like punk and metal started bumping like Suicide Boys and Ghostman and Puya and all that kind of shit. And then I really
Yeah.
fucked with like Flatbush Zombies and the Underachievers, and that's what got me into like going to underground rap shows and making my own rap music.
Would was like Jay Green or one of your like the earlier people, underground rap people you became a fan of?
Yeah, Jay Green and Black Smurf, like some OGs. I honestly didn't bump like Goth Boy Click much when they were a thing. I got into them after Peep died.
Yeah, I didn't get into Peep until like he died, pretty much. I did know X before he died though. That's one of the few rappers I really fucked with before he died. But when he died, I was like a little asshole who had a meme account, so I was like edgy, and I just was like XXX Tentacion off. And then like a couple years later, I'm like interviewing like his dad on my podcast. So like it's like when you're like in the middle of high school, cause I'm ending high school, like you talk a lot of shit. Like I don't know if you like you know what I mean, but like were you did you used to be in a state of life where you would just say like a lot of offensive shit, or have you been a nice guy?
I feel like the middle school phase definitely you just want to cuss hella, just say shit just to be edgy.
Yeah, like everybody goes through like a Ben Shapiro phase and then they get out of it. Like I'm lucky I got out of that Ben Shapiro phase because I hate that I went through that phase of like you know being a retard or whatever.
Classic fucking shit you hear on Call of Duty headsets or
Yeah,
Halo.
yeah. What games you fuck with?
Lately I haven't really played much, but I fuck with like RPG games. Like Fallout 3 was fire. The new game that came out, it's like Pokemon Arceus Legends, looks pretty fucking lit.
What do you play on?
Switch.
Mm.
That's
What?
what my roommate has. Yeah, I've never really owned a gaming system.
Are you like a Zelda guy, Skyrim guy, any of that shit?
I fuck with those two. Yeah, Mario's hard as fuck. Kirby.
Kirby. Yeah, whenever I think of Kirby now, I think of DJ Smokey. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's
Like,
hard.
because of the sound effects and also the Young Lean song, 3D spaceship. That's all me. You know that song?
Yeah, young lean thug. Yeah,
You know,
he,
have you seen the Young Lean photo with Baby Keem, Travis Scott, and Kanye and Drake?
yeah. There's some iconic shit going down. He performed at Rare House too with Young Gud like a week or two ago.
Were you there?
Nah, I didn't. I was at a different show.
I was about to say if you were there, fuck you, like, cause I wish I was at a Young Lean concert. Yeah, there's this there's this one motherfucker I interviewed and I was like, yo, are you a fan of Young Lean? And he was like, yeah, he's a nice guy. I'm like, what the fuck you just say? He's like, yeah, he's a nice guy. I met him, back in. I'm like, yo, what the fuck did you just say? You met Young Lean?
Yeah,
You know, I'm talking about I want to meet Young Lean. Do you want to meet Young Lean?
facts. Yeah, I'm fucking geeked to see him for the first time at Smokers Club this year.
You're gonna go? You got tickets or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm trying to get press photos, like passes too. That'd be clutch.
I think you get real good press photos or whatever the fuck with the certifications to get the fuck in there because like your setup on your website and the YouTube is beautiful, man. Like
Hell
you
yeah.
look real official. Like even though I got the same shit. I don't have the domain set up, but I got the Wix.com. Like who gives a fuck? Like anybody makes shit on Wix.com. Like you know what I mean? Like I make my shit on Wix.com, and I'm
Yeah.
taught in school to make that shit. Like your shit's official, but I'm fucking like I love Wix too. I fuck with like we both got the same website designers. So shouts
Oh
out
yeah.
Wix. This is not a
Clutch.
sponsorship, but like I would fucking kill someone to be sponsored by Wix though. I fuck with Wix.
Facts.
Did you go through any other website designers before Wix? Because I went through a couple other websites.
Yeah. Like college was trying to make us use WordPress. Like that's what like most big
Yeah.
magazines use. But like, there was this other one I used called Cargo Collective that was pretty dope. It had like some really cool templates for like moving pictures, so you can make your website look really like interactive. It's like moving parts everywhere. But
Yeah.
that one was kind of expensive, and then like Wix was just way easier to put stuff in, like drag and drop.
People don't really understand is that most the reason all news websites look the same is because the majority of them purchase templates on alternate websites. So there's certain websites that buy domains. There's also certain websites that sell web design templates, and there are hundreds of dollars for these beautiful templates and stuff. But the more expensive the template is, the more time you got to put into like actually filling out the lorem ipsum dolor sections. You know what I'm talking about? Lorem ipsum dolor. Like those words are
Yeah.
ingrained in my fucking head. Just yeah, dude. Like that's one of the things that everyone remembers. Like everyone remembers like lorem ipsum dolor, and they always remember the porn star that they just searched up. I was just playing Stickman and what a substitute, and the porn star thing. Everybody guessed the word with like two letters in. Like it was the one category that everyone guessed. You know what I mean? Yeah. What
Funny as
category of Hangman you beat everyone in?
fuck. I don't even remember low key. That shit's back in elementary. I would have to access those memories.
Yeah, that's just fun. But who had that you haven't interviewed would you like to interview?
Honestly, anyone from Flatbush Zombies or that whole Beast Coast movement would be dope as fuck. Like
Mm.
anyone in pro era. Um, like outsider rap, I would want to interview like Modest Mouse or the Flaming Lips. They're like some of my favorite indie rock bands.
Do you like who the fuck? Oh, Cage the Elephant.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I've met the singer twice. Like that was actually the reason why I became a musician. Was like I saw them in 2008 when I lived in Arizona. And I was like young as fuck, like not even middle school yet. And it was
So
like
you
their
met
first.
the cigarette.
Yeah, I met him right after the show, and he was signing my shit, and like was homie as fuck because it was his first tour. He was like probably my age now, like 23, 24. And then I saw him again like a year or two ago. They were touring with Beck, and like,
Beck.
yeah, Beck's one of my favorite artists too. Like he's a fucking real one.
Oh.
But they fucking opened, and like the singer of Cage the Elephant's just gone through some shit over his life, getting like famous and then like falling in and out of love hella times and then getting divorced, to where like he was just like on a sick one. Like he looked like he was on hella drugs, but like I think he was sober. He was just like out of it. And he has like songs about feeling like an alien and shit. So he was like doing this song called Telescope, and he was like going out into the crowd, like just like doing some rock star shit where they like crowd surf and stuff and just like like tapping people's hands. But as he got to me, like I stopped and just instantly ran up to him and gave him a hug, and just like we looked in each other's eyes, and he looked like he was about to cry, and I just went like this, and then he just like literally ran to the barricade and jumped on stage. Like he didn't interact with any more fans after that.
That's beautiful, man.
I want to meet him. Yeah, I definitely want to interview fucking the Cage the Elephant. Fun to,
and then you're gonna be like, I was that guy.
Yeah,
That jit that went there. Like, that's a beautiful story. I feel like you and my friend VZPMWHJ would get along. Do you know who VZPMWHJ is?
I don't.
Yeah, like when if you guys meet each other, like, cause he gets his name from a punk band he started off in, like a rock band. Like, so like you guys both have in common that before you moved to rapping, you did like punk bands and shit, and you also like look like blonde like stoner kids.
Yeah.
Like you guys both look, and your facial structures are very similar. Like I have a very unique facial structure in a bad way. You know, you got a unique facial structure in a good way. Anybody ever tell you that?
Yeah, low key. Or like so many people do like the Kurt Cobain reference.
That must suck. But I mean, but it must be cool too. You know,
yeah, it's
what you say?
It's okay. I don't really know what to feel when people say it.
Are you a fan of Kurt Cobain?
Yeah, Nirvana's hard as fuck. Like my parents were grunge rockers in the '90s, so I like grew up listening to that shit.
Gwen Stefani was grunge, right?
Maybe at some
A
point.
little bit.
Hella ska too.
I fuck with Gwen Stefani, like no doubt.
Low key, yeah, she went through hella shit. All of the different like.
But she still looked bad as fuck. You know, like honestly, she got better looking.
Real.
Who do you think that's old as shit that got better looking?
I don't know. Like Jessica Alba is pretty fine still.
Mm.
I mean Rihanna.
Yeah, that's true. She got the whole. She honestly looked cool with the fucking beads over her pregnant belly. That's some like Indian goddess shit. Like if there's like a goddess that's like in the pregnant form, that she looks like that. Like in some folk. She looks like she came out of like Native American folklore or something. Like that's what I look for in women. I look for someone that looks like they came out of a false story. I look for a woman who I see her and I talk to her. I'm like, are you real? I'm like, you don't look real. You look like a cartoon. That's who I look for. Yeah. What do you look for in a woman or guy or whatever that you into, son?
Yeah, just someone who's down to earth. Doesn't really explain much, but someone who's like creative.
So you look for someone with ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's ambition to you?
I don't know, like I don't think it's like equivalent to like working hard all the time. It's just like finding your own peace of mind and being able to become like freely independent through your own passions or whatever you want to do for work.
Yeah, some motherfuckers, they put in the same hours every day. They get the same little number at the end of their paper to get the tax refund, and it's like, I love the hustle. It really like this shit is like constantly putting out stuff. It's kind of like drug dealing or robbing or something horrible. It's very. I know something about what I just said, but I'm not gonna go into detail. It's just like it's very like let's get here, let's get here. Oh, we're done. All right, where's the next thing at? Because I gotta You're like you're always looking around. You know what I mean? You're always looking around for the next opportunity. That's what's fun. Would you agree?
Facts, especially with the age we live in with the internet. Like you're hella young still in high school, being able to do this kind of shit. Like you're literally creating your own reality by being able to interview artists and like share your stories, and it's just like hella beautiful to see. And I think like hella young people understand that too. With like TikTok or any of these social media sites, you don't have to be the consumer anymore. Like you can be the creator and like start flipping content and making opportunities happen.
On Spencer Judd. I agree. On Spencer Judd. Yeah. You're a blogger too. When'd you get into writing and like that craft?
Like I was like when I was hella young, I was hella into writing and shit. I thought I was gonna be like an author or some shit when I'd grow up, but then like I started doing music writing like when I was in the college radio station, and I wanted to keep doing that kind of shit outside of college. So I started CBC with some homies from college at first, and yeah, it's just been dope being able to write and share articles with people because at first, like yeah, it's crazy because it feels like there's a lot of work that I put onto myself, but it's like I want to do it and help people out. But at the same time, there's like it's nice when someone actually reaches out and like shows some support or they're just grateful. Like I wrote an article for this artist Wyborn up in the Bay Area, and like we also let him perform in San Luis Obispo, and it was his first ever time doing a show. He's like 18, just out of high school, and he's like his mom found my Instagram account, like DM me personally, and was like, hey, is there a way you could like print out that article and like mail it to me? I'll pay you. And I was just like, damn, that's like hella heartwarming. And then fucking Wyborn's a legend and got CBC logo blasted on his hand.
Yeah, and
Like,
like it's beautiful when somebody asks to like um says that I showed my mom the article and she loves it. Like when I hear that, because you know I'm a blogger too, but like I love when like someone's family members like appreciates something that I do, because like honestly I'm not saying like what we do is taboo, but like when I tell people, they're like, oh, you write about rappers.
yeah.
It's like, oh, that's very like niche and like but if you were to tell people like I'm a sports journalist, like, oh, you hear about that trade to the fucking whatever the fuck, like.
Yeah, no, I feel that fully. It was like that in journalism college. Like 90% of the classes were girls, and then of the 10% of guys, it was like 80% of them wanted to be sports broadcasters.
Yeah, because like music criticism is very like
It's hella niche, yeah. And it's like
yeah, like there's a lot that you can, there's a lot of different fucking things that you have that someone that is a music journalist can say. There's the people that, you know, write about what the Billboard website writes about, and then there's the fucking people that write about like let me think of some like retarded producer that's so fucking good, like drag, or like somebody that like, I like writing about the motherfuckers that nobody knows about, like not even Mascarilla knows about. Mascarilla is even like, they scrape for the bottom of the fucking barrel for who they interview, and I love Mascarilla, like but even then, like it's like I gotta go like 10 times more unknown than Mascarilla, and that's a stretch.
I feel it too. Luckily, like I've been able to find a shitload of artists by collaborations in the SoundCloud community. But yeah, at that level too, you're not always gonna find like super dope artists worth covering.
Where did you study?
I was up in San Luis Obispo at Cal Poly. It's like known for engineering and like math and shit like that. So like the journalism school is pretty small.
That's a beautiful town, isn't it?
Yeah, it was hella dope living there for like a couple years. Like gorgeous mountains and beaches.
When I went to Cali, my mom really wanted to go there, but we didn't have. I think we were gonna stop on the way, because we were like we were going down from San Fran all the way down to LA,
Yeah.
and we were gonna stop by, but we ended up not doing it. But we really wanted to, because we were doing a little road trip.
Hell yeah. It's dope there. If you're ever in California, we're doing some shows there pretty often now. There's this dope shop called the Milk Room.
Mm.
They're hella sick. They're like a streetwear store that lets rappers come and do shows. They're like really any creative person could host an event there. But yeah, they have like 3 shops throughout California. So stay tuned. There might be a CVC tour coming soon.
That's cool. Like a Cali tour across all the
Yeah,
network of stores. You should do
quick
that.
weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type deal.
Yeah. Like one day, if I've ever see, because I would definitely want to go to one of your shows. I'll introduce you to VZPMWHJ because he kind of does like similar music that you do, but he doesn't
Lit.
know of you. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
facts.
And like you look like his older brother, and he doesn't have an older brother. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm done talking about VZPMWHJ. But who's like your favorite producers or rappers to work with?
Right now, for sure, my homie Food Products, the best producer or engineer I've ever worked with. He's like a multi-instrumentalist, so he can really like make any genre. And he's a little older, so he's been making music for a long time. So he's fucking a real one. And whenever we do live shows, he's the guy behind all the knobs doing the live audio. So he's probably my favorite person to work with right now. And then Bucks Bandicoot, he's the other co-founder of CVC. He's been working on a lot of material that he's going to record soon. And me and him have just been building CVC up from the get-go. So it's cool to finally come back together and make music again.
Does CDC look for wait, CVC? Is it CVC? Clear Vision Collective, CVC. I almost said CDC because I was just reading about fucking COVID.
Yeah.
Fuck. Do you look for people to reach out to work for CVC? Like, because there's a section on the website where it's like, hey, if you want to release us shit through us, like, do you look for people to like be like, hey, I want to work with you for you? Are you always looking for new people to collaborate with?
Yeah, we're always open to new people. It's hard because the idea of CVC is kind of big. It's like there's multiple parts of it, and a lot of the people on SoundCloud are just independent artists. They're not like journalists, or they don't really know how to throw events. But yeah, we're always open to anyone really. Like they don't even have to be a musician. Like any type of creative is welcome to join.
That's beautiful, because like a lot of music groups are like real like exclusive and stuff like that, and like it's good to see people like you know be more open. But don't get too
Yeah,
open. Don't become a cuck. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
some
no,
people have don't become a musical cuck and let everyone like, you know what I mean?
there has to. Yeah, no, I've seen it for sure. We've let people try to move in with us, and just some gnarly shit goes down to where people's online personas can be a little different than real life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I have a game for you. It's a one thing game. Go pick a vinyl and then tell me the story of how you got it.
Right.
Because I see a lot there. I see a lot of beautiful vinyls. Random. Close your eyes. All right. What is it?
This one's OG. It's Joel Jerome. He's a indie artist from LA. He, like records all of his own shit. And this album is called Psychedelic Thrift Store Folk. He played at a record store when I was like a freshman in college, and it was like one of the first. No, I think I was a sophomore, but I was on like this TV station class where it was like a mock newscast. So throughout the week, you'd have to go around the community and actually like gather content, and then at the end of the week, it would be like a live TV show happening. So there'd be like people on the anchorman's desk, like reading teleprompter and like a weather guy, all that kind of shit. So like went there to like make a little, I forget what the name for it is, but it's like a
Mockumentary.
little like 1 minute clip describing the event. And he ended up just giving me the record for free because he was a homie.
That's a good story. You sound like you had a lot of fun in college.
It was a good time. A lot of exploration.
What are you doing right now? Like, you don't gotta tell me what job you got, but like, what are you up to, like, what are you up to in LA? Like, why you move out there?
Honestly, to grow a community, like I've been in DIY scene since high school, but I always knew like LA is where most shit goes down.
It's happening.
It's popping. So right when I moved down here, like I mainly came here to do videography, like capturing the culture, and then throwing shows and meeting other people to network with. So basically, just to pursue CVC stuff. And then from the get go, it was like first few weeks I was here, I was going to like 3 or 4 shows every weekend, and it was trippy because like I would go to places and they would already know who I was because I'd put in so much work the past year coming down from slow to LA shows, to where I finally got like my first paid videography opportunity shooting for Maddox. And that shit was lit as
Oh,
I got to meet him backstage and he was hella chill, humble dude.
that's fun. You're having fun, man. You're
Shout
having
out
fun.
him and Eyeball Records. That was fucking lit ass show.
Matt is insane. That fucking song where he had like 14 different beats on or some shit. Did you see
Yeah.
that? That was fucking different. That shit. That's
That's too.
like what?
It was a Halloween show, so he was just dressed up like Ozzy Osbourne, kind of with like the
Haha.
dangle, and then he had like one of those hoodies with the devil horns.
That
It was
reminds me of
drip.
that Scrim Bar or whoever the fuck it was. Bite the head off a bat like a mozzie. You know that
Yeah.
from Carrollton. Well, bro, you got a show to go to in like 10. I don't want to fuck your shit up, but this is beautiful, and your music's beautiful, and everything you got going on at
Thank you.
CVC is beautiful, and thank you for coming on the show.
Of course, I'm hella stoked, and stay tuned for my fluffy EP dropping next month.
And keep wearing that hat. It's
Facts.
beautiful.
Got some mushroom ones coming on the way.
Yeah.
They're gonna be red with like white dots all over it.
Nice, bro. Nice, bro. Thanks for coming on the show. Like, comment, subscribe. Link in the description to your music and Instagram. Peace out.
Gotcha.